Welcome back, new beginners. We are New Beginnings After 40. I'm Jen.
I'm Kimberly.
And I'm Lori.
This week, we are going to tell you our embarrassing moments. Everybody has embarrassing moments. And some, you look back on them and you just cringe. And others, you can laugh. We're going to tell the ones that we can look back at now and laugh about them. And hopefully you will laugh with us. But first, let's talk about our week. Kimberly!
Oh my gosh. I know. Well, I don't know what the time is, but I believe that this has been my birthday week. And in about, 4 hours, I will be turning 50. Oh my gosh.
3.5 hours.
3.5 hours? Oh my gosh. I'm going to be into a new decade. Oh my gosh.
But I'll be joining you in about 8 months.
Yeah, but I'll at least have 8 months to myself.
That's right. You always will. You'll always be a different age for 8 months.
8 months,
for the rest of our life.
But I just don't know. I mean, I really want this to be my best decade.
It will be.
So
I hope so.
I remember, I watched Kardashians, and Khloe was turning 40, and she said even when she was 39, she could not wait to turn 40. She wanted a new decade just to start all over. It was going to be her best decade. And I said, okay, I'm going to say that. This is going to be my best decade.
This is going to be your best decade.
That's right.
And I love that.
That's right.
Yeah. So we're, yes. But I've had, Lori, she gave me an early birthday present because they all had the Lululemon little pack. Yep. And so I didn't have one. And I always said, I don't match y'all. No. So Lori gave me an early birthday present also.
But the reason I gave her an early birthday present was because we impromptu decided to go to the Goo Goo Dolls concert on Wednesday. And I literally bought tickets the day before.
Yes.
And so I busted out the purse because what better place to take to?
Right?
I was really excited though, because I got to now have one. I don't feel left out.
We all matched.
Yes. Then that's perfect.
And we love the Goo Goo Dolls. It was awesome.
I just didn't know if I was going to like the concert. Because we've been talking about this since October. Mm-hmm. And then we had finally made the decision not to go. And then we went last minute. But I was like, I kept thinking, do I only know 2 songs from them? And then I'm like, I can't remember. But I knew how important it was for Lori to want to go to this concert.
Well, Jen wanted to go too.
I did. Yeah. I then realized I knew more songs.
Yeah.
She realized she knew more songs than what we were thinking.
Same, even me.
And actually, it was...
You know what I found was pretty interesting, though? There was the wide age range there were. So I didn't realize they still have popular songs on the radio, because I heard a couple of songs while we were there, and I'm like, oh, I hear this one on the radio. So anyway, there were anywhere from 12, 13, all the way up to like 60s.
Yes.
I mean, it was a very wide range, and everyone was singing the songs. And
I don't know, the guy next to me might have been in his 70s.
You're right. He might have been. It's a very good point.
They said, take a picture of it on your left over there. And so I had to lean over to this guy, probably in his mid-60s or so, and said, hey, let's take a picture. And I took a picture and then sent it to Larry. And then I said, oh, I got a new sugar daddy.
Yeah.
He said, I knew it would only be time.
Yep. You can always ask her to do anything and she'll do it.
Oh, she will.
It'll take me a minute to conjure it up. But then that man was sitting in the wrong section. Yeah, so then another guy and his family came and sat. So I asked to take a picture with him. And then Jen sent it to Larry and said, okay, you've been upgraded. So anyway.
We left out the part about he was with his family.
Yes, but I was so talking to his little niece. Yeah. Oh, I loved her though.
We joined her. We joined her YouTube channel.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
something Sonic.
Oh, I can't remember.
Amy and Sonic.
Something like that. But yes,
she was so cute.
So cute. She's like 10. I love the energy she gave off.
Yeah, I mean, really, the entire energy of the whole place was really great. Everybody was low key. Everybody was laid back. Everyone was talking to one another. That's why I love going to concerts like that.
Yeah,
because
people
you really
in
get
front
a
of us were
great
talking, people
yes.
beside us in
Yes.
the ladies' room. I mean,
It wasn't chaos. There was no drama.
No,
fun.
So
there was no long line waiting for me to go to the bathroom.
no.
No, Kim doesn't do the right thing.
no, Kim does not do the right thing. We stand in the long line.
Yes. Yeah. I will say though, I did quite a lot of climbing up a lot of stairs because we were on row 3.
Oh,
Don't get me wrong, we didn't have no amazing seats up at the stage. I'm talking about in our section, we were row 3.
I liked our.
They were
I
great
liked
seats,
it.
but we were. There really isn't a bad seat in there, to be honest. So,
And no, I don't think so.
but it wasn't. It was a lot of stair climbing to go to the bathroom, and then I had to make sure I didn't miss a song I loved. So I had to I chunked up those stairs,
Oh my
back down
gosh.
as fast as I could. Anyway, it was a lot of fun.
It was. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for really pushing for
Yeah.
us to go.
Well, I just thought it'd be fun for us to do something fun, and what better way to kick off your birthday week and do something like that?
I know. Well, for Jen first, though, on Tuesday, she
that's right.
took me and paid for me to get a pedicure and a massage.
Yeah.
So we had, and then we went to Chili's to eat, and so we had a little, quiet day together. So that was it. Getting prepared for the awesome night of the Goo Goo Dolls.
That's right.
Right.
Yes.
So what else did you do this week, Lori?
Well, I did have a hair appointment, so I do have an update there.
Okay.
So she did go out with the firefighter. Finally, they went into their first dancing downtown, and she actually said they had a really great time. They danced a lot. He was actually a decent dancer. They laughed and had a great time, and she said she would rate it probably an 8 out of 10.
No.
I was like, well, that's pretty good. But then, so they walk each other. There wasn't like a first kiss kind of thing. And she was like, that was kind of too soon for that. And they kind of knew they were, he's her client, or he is her client. So, when they parted ways for the evening, she said, did you have a good time? He goes, I really did have a good time. And he goes, what if we go and do that other place you were talking about that's down here sometime? And she was like, we could do that. And so they pretty much decided that they would do it the following weekend. Okay. The following Friday, I should say. Mm-hmm. So they made plans to do that. And then that week kind of rolls around, and then, which would have been this past weekend, essentially. And so she texted him that morning on Friday and talked about, I'm going to go about 10 o'clock. And he goes, like 10 p.m.? And he was like, I hope you got, you're going to have some coffee. And then he texted her later on in the evening, later on in the afternoon, and was like, I hate to do this, but I'm just so exhausted. I just can't go. I'm going to have to, can we reschedule and do it tomorrow? And so she's like, yeah, that's fine. We can wait till tomorrow. And she didn't say, well, I'm going to finish the story and then I'll tell you. So then Saturday rolls around, and they were planning on going, and then his AC went out in his house.
Ugh.
And so he couldn't go because he was waiting on the contractor to fix it. And so she said, that's fine, I understand. So then now bring it to this week. So that just happened last weekend. Mm-hmm. And he is supposed to come in this week, I think Saturday. So tomorrow, I guess. But she said she got so in her head about it that she deleted the text messages because she wanted to get it out of her head because she thinks that he's just blew her off. Oh. And so, but after I started talking to her more about it, I'm like, okay, did you have a good time? She goes, yes. And so it wasn't the vibe. She goes, no, the vibe was good. And I said, so maybe he really was tired, first off. He is a firefighter. He works long hours, and it's hot outside, and it does suck the life out of you. I mean, I've talked about my husband with that. I mean, I can make plans with my husband, and then so he's like, I'm not going.
Yeah.
I mean, that happens a lot. So, I mean, I wouldn't take that personal. And then she said something in the text messages that made her think that he thought that she was going with a group of friends, because he said something along the lines of, I thought you were still going to go with your friends. And I'm like, did he think y'all were going together with your friends? She goes, I don't know. I didn't make plans with anybody else but him. So I'm not quite sure. And I'm like, well, I would have to read. Why did you delete the text messages? Because I could have analyzed it. Because last time she did that, I analyzed it and said you just got lost in the translation of things. And so we kept talking about the entire time I was there. And so in the end, I said, so he's going to come in, and and she goes, should I bring it up? I'm like, I don't think you have to bring it up. He's going to bring it up because he already told you he felt bad about having to cancel. So let's reschedule. And I'm sure he's going to say, I feel bad because we had to cancel. And so maybe don't do something like maybe you didn't want to go because it's exhausting to go dancing. It's a lot. So maybe just go to a restaurant and have dinner.
Right.
Maybe
and not at 10 o'clock at night.
Maybe he's thinking that you want to just do activities and not like just sit and chill and have dinner. So maybe say, if he brings it up, say, sorry, I had to cancel on you. I was just, with the AC or whatever. You can just say, well, we don't have to go dancing. We can just go have dinner.
Yeah.
And she goes, okay, I could say that. And I'm like, I don't think you even need to worry about how to bring it up. I think it will just come up naturally. Because she doesn't think that it's like, she is worried because he was kind of quiet. And so, and he just is recently divorced. Like he's still kind of going through the divorce. They've been separated for about a year. So she's wondering if it's like, he's not going to be able to open up or talk or whatever. And
it takes time.
It takes time to do that. I wouldn't jump into that yet.
Right.
No, just hang out, have fun. There's nothing to really to worry about right now. Just enjoy it.
I think things will just kind of come out naturally. Because, we all have baggage. Sure. We've all been in relationships and then on to another relationship. We all come with different things.
Yeah.
She did herself as well, but she's also worked on herself for the last 5 years. So, it comes in stages. But anyway, I told her to be patient. So we'll see where that goes. So,
well, that's a good update.
Yep. And then the last update is a kind of a disappointment. So I went to my wellness center, the holistic wellness center that I go to. And, I've talked about on this podcast multiple times how much I love going there. They've been extremely helpful. And I just went, a couple months ago, recent podcasts ago. And this was just a follow-up. And so I just saw this practitioner a few months ago, and we spent an hour-long time together. So this time around, she, as per her request, I came in for a follow-up. It was booked back when I was there the first time. So a month and a half or 2 months ago, it was booked. And so I show up, I get there, my appointment's at 4:00. I wait for about 20 minutes before someone finally takes me back there. And then she comes in the room and she says, well, you're lucky I'm still here because I'm normally gone at 4:00. I never have the staff book anybody at 4:00. I'm like, this is going to go well. And so I'm like, well, I'm in a hurry today too, and I'm just here for a quick follow-up about my labs on my thyroid, so I'm not going to be here very long, so we'll just dive in. And then she's like, okay, so she just kind of sits down and she starts going through my lab, and she's like, well, this looks good. How you feeling? Okay, well, what do you want to do? Like, normally they tell me what to do, and she just kept brushing me off, like, and if I would say, no, I'm okay, she was ready to go home.
Yeah.
She really was. And then she was like, well, maybe you need to check into this. Maybe you need to do a stress checklist to see if you have problems with your stress and anxiety. I'm thinking in my head, I already know I have problems with stress and anxiety.
We all three do.
I don't need a test to tell me that. and so, but I just feel like she's very dismissive. And then she just kept saying, like, I said, well, I don't need... She just kept bringing up some random stuff like I had never talked to her before, like ever.
I guess she won't be going back to her.
Yeah, because she was like, well, when do you want to come back? You want to come back in 2 weeks? You want to do your labs in a month? When do you want to do? I'm like, you should be telling me these things. This is why I'm coming to you. And I just told her, I said, look, I have a primary care doctor. And I have been, she asked me if I wanted to go to an endocrinologist, which is a specialist for your thyroid. I have been to all of those. And I've told you all that before. And that's why I'm coming to you, is because you were an outside of the box resource that I hadn't been getting. But I can have my primary care doctor just do my labs. Oh, okay. Well, you want to take a picture of the labs so she knows what to draw? Like, literally.
Oh, it's crazy.
And what's weird about that is that, like, in the last 2 weeks, I've had 2 phone calls from the place. One girl called and said, hey, we haven't seen you in a while. Do you think you want to come in and make an appointment? And I said, I have an appointment in 2 weeks. Oh, okay. Then I get another phone call. The practitioner recommends that you do these tests, some more tests. I'm like, I'm not doing those tests. I've done those tests before. Oh, okay. I'm like, so it seemed to me like they were wanting people to come in, and then I come and she acts like I'm unbothered. That was very disappointing.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I know. You love that place.
So I'm very defeated. I walked out of there feeling very, very defeated. So I don't know where that's going to go, but I don't know that I'm going to go back there at the same time. But I don't know that I've, like, 100% I'm not. But right now I'm like, ouch.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Completely understand.
that's it for my week, I guess.
Well,
That's
my
enough.
week is I've already told y'all pretty much the concert, going with Jen, and my birthday, and can't wait. They're doing something for me. They're surprising me with something tomorrow. I have no idea. I was just told I had to be ready by 5:45. And so, I don't know why they just don't tell me 5. So then
That's a good point.
I've said it many times because I'm always late.
Be ready at 5.
You've already put it in my head, 5:45. So I'm like, no, because I just mosey and get dressed, watch the TV, and just chill. And then I'm like, oh, crap. Okay, let me keep going here.
It's the ADD or the brain fog.
It's all the
I think it's all the above. I'm just like, I really, really made it a point to even be here today at 6.
She wasn't.
But I got here at 6:30.
Yeah, it was close.
However, well, because I told myself to get a shower at 4:30, but then I started watching How the Summer I Turned Pretty, and then I'm like, okay, let me watch this one. And so then it was like, oh crap, it's got 15 more minutes. Okay, I'll go get in the shower because it was like 15 till 5, and I'm like, okay. So then I get the shower, and then I'm like, okay, so go sit in my little chair. Then I'm just watching for a little bit, and I'm like, all right, I got this. Well, in my defense, my husband did come home, and he kept talking and talking to
Oh,
me
he does
and
that.
talk. And so
They know.
yes,
Yes, they
you
know.
I was trying to dry my hair, and he's still trying to talk to me, and I'm like, listen.
You can't hear through the blow
I
dryer.
can't hear you through the blow dryer. Quit trying to talk to me. And so anyway, so that continued, and finally I left at 6:30. So I wasn't too bad late today.
I don't want to hijack that, but I have something to add to that.
Oh.
Because I heard, I saw, and I chuckled when I heard this. I don't know where I saw it on TikTok or somewhere, but okay. So to the point of him still talking, even though the hair dryer is going. So it was like, you want your person to sit next to you and watch like a show you're watching, or like for my example, a podcast. And so you're obviously listening, but then you get this, yeah, man, I'm totally for that. Like that, they are so right. But I think this, what do you think about, I'm trying not to be mean because I'm glad that he's there and
Right.
appreciating it, but he just keeps interjecting continuously through it. And I'm like, I keep pausing. I'll pause.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you were so right about that. And I'll let him finish. And then I'll start it back up again. And we'll start watching. But and I can't get onto him because I'm really bad about that in my household in general. But not when we're watching something.
I'm gonna have to so agree with you. I mean, I do watch a lot of shows, so
Yeah.
Larry will come in there and go, okay, so who's that?
Yeah.
Okay, what's going on? Wait,
Yes.
did that happen?
Yeah.
Did we see that?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, hold on. I take a breath, pause, and I try to start answering. I'm like, no, I can't do this.
No.
And then when it's something we're watching together for the first time, then he'll ask me questions. I go, I'm watching it at the same time you are, babe.
That's even better.
I do. I say that is my go-to saying every time. I'm like, I don't know that answer. Does Harriet talk during shows?
Yeah. Does he do that?
No, not really. Well, because usually I'm watching my own show, so he'll come in and start talking, and I'll pause it.
If y'all watch anything together, does he do that?
No, not really. I'm usually worse about that. Like, what did they say? I didn't hear them. Or
Okay.
what do you think? What does that mean? I'm the one that does it, but not through the whole thing. But then again, I also get my brain starts quit watching, and I'll start thinking about random stuff, and then I have to tell him the random story, and he'll pause it.
I make a conscious effort when I'm pausing. I
Mhm.
grab, this is the remote, and I go,
Yep.
yes.
I kind of do that too, I think. But I don't think I'm probably as much. I'm
It's
probably more
not like
subtle.
a side pause. It's a,
I don't do that. It's so I don't miss anything, and I can listen because he doesn't
Well,
come in and talk to me all the
I know.
time. So when he
That's
does, I want
me.
to hear what he has to say.
And that's me. And that's why I'm like, I feel bad about that because I know I'm the worst at doing that. But it's like when you're watching, like, the biggest one for me is we're watching full on, like, interviews with people. So, like, like to your point, he doesn't. I feel like it's crazy because we both are seeing it for the first time, so you're right about that. But we obviously know the topic that's going on, but this is the first time we're hearing this person speak about anything. And then sometimes he's quiet through it, and we'll just kind of both agree, like, oh yeah, that's true. But then he'll start, yeah, like he's that time when da 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 da, and he just keeps going. Like I'm not answering him back, so maybe he won't keep talking. It doesn't work. Like, mine's really quiet. Hers is not. And so I wanted to your point, I want him to talk. So I don't, so therefore I feel like I don't want to interrupt. I don't want to stop him from talking, but I want to hear what they're saying. And so, and then I feel like if I pause it, then I'm drawing it out really big time. But
Larry's favorite thing is when I always say, when I'm like, oh my God, please stop talking. And then he'll say, he'll tell Alyssa and I, whenever I stop talking to y'all, y'all will hate it, and you will just not like it. And I'm like, no, I'll be good.
I say that to my family on Larry's defense all the time.
Oh my God!
That's so funny.
But let me tell you about anything that happens in my household. If I like anything. So then my daughter knows, or because she finds out whatever, then she calls, like, and I know that Larry just said this, I think, on the podcast last week, but she does.
She'll call everybody in the house?
Yes. I asked her yesterday or day before, and I said, hey, I'm going to go get Mom something to eat. I know you don't like this, but where would you like me to go get you something? And she had said Taco Bueno. Well, the one that came to my head was just like 2 exits backwards. Then she's like, no, there's one that you just got to go on the other, all the way down this one road. I chose to turn right and go back to the exit, and then she is yelling at me on the phone. Why are you doing this? She hangs up from me. Then she calls Larry. She calls my mom. She calls Hayden. She has to let everybody know that I went 2 exits backward instead of going straight. I'm like, what? I just don't get this.
Sorry, we totally derailed that conversation, but it was really relevant.
But I'm sure that y'all all have these issues too.
Yes. Yes.
I did. What's up with you?
So last week we talked about the bonding, the new ways to bond.
Yeah.
So I told Terry last weekend that I wanted to do 3 of the things that we had listed. And he said that we can, but I'm going to be working late every night this week. So I said, oh, well then we'll do them all on Sunday, because that was the only night he wasn't working. And the plan was to go eat at a new restaurant, and he let me pick. Then we were going to walk around the lake. Yeah, that didn't.
With your dog or without?
Without the dog.
You don't have
take
a
our
dog.
cats.
Yeah.
And then we were going to walk around the lake and then come home and play trivia. So we went to a Mexican restaurant. Absolutely loved it. We both said that we were coming back here again. I'm like, man, I don't even want to pick a new restaurant next month. I want to come back here.
No, Terry has to.
He does. And then we both were concerned about our stomachs, and we decided to wait a little bit before we went for that walk. We ended up playing trivia for almost 2 hours.
That's awesome.
That is
He
awesome.
stomped my butt
Oh.
on everyone. I won 1 game by 1 point, and we tied 1 game. All the rest of the games, he whooped me.
And these are trivias off of like YouTube, right?
It's
Very cool.
trivia, and it gives you
Chris
all those
started that.
options.
We started doing that in our house, and I thought you would love it. So that's
It was
awesome.
so much fun. I didn't expect him to stick with it as long as he did. We had fun. So
you got 2 things
we
done
got
in one
2.
day. That's freaking awesome.
Yes.
I didn't do anything. Did you?
No, but I did have a listener tell me that they have a plan that they do once a month. They pick a movie to go see, like at the theater.
Yes.
So that was the feedback I got this week from somebody else that said that they really liked the restaurant idea, though,
Thank
of
you.
picking a different restaurant, and that my idea of looking on DoorDash to find that restaurant, and like Larry thinking I was going to send it to your house, that you could find places in your area that you, because like your point, it pulls up restaurants in your area that you haven't been to. So yeah, I think that's awesome.
Oh, you know when you said DoorDash last week, my first thing was it wasn't really them coming to your house that was like my thought, but I'm like, But most of the things that pull up on mine are fast food places.
No, mine are, but we order from restaurants all the time. So it depends on where you order from.
So that's why I was like, well, you're going to try a new Burger King?
No, we order from both.
Any
Yeah, it can be literally anything. It can literally be. I will never forget when Joey and I were first dating. I think I told this story on the very first podcast, but they went to Chicken Express and bought the chicken and they put them all in Tupperware containers.
Yes.
And then surprised us. So you could even do something like
That's
that.
very sweet.
Around the lake. While you take your walk.
Then I might go for my walk. Right.
Because I'm going to put the chicken tenders all the way on the other side of the lake, and I promise you she'll get there.
You can play trivia and have some food all around the
I
lake.
mean, all three in one day. I love it.
Yeah. You gotta spice it up a time or two.
We make fun, but we're also so serious.
Yeah, we are very serious.
It is serious, but it's so funny.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta laugh at yourself.
You do have to laugh yourself, but I'm very glad that you started off with a bang.
Yes, I did. I got two done. It may never, ever happen again.
Well, I'm going to have to do one of something. I don't know. But
I mean, I do mine all the time. I just happen to have 2 weekends off because there's no race.
Right. True.
But we still have been watching stuff all week together. So, well,
Okay.
I shouldn't say that. I've spent half my week with y'all.
yes, you've spent half your week with
But
us.
we did, or I think Monday, we did watch some stuff together. So,
Okay.
yeah.
We watched Jaws together.
Oh, you
last
did say that you watched
Oh,
Jaws.
the 50-year anniversary,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
She says, I'm going to watch Jaws and then go to bed. And I'm like, I could not watch Jaws and then go to bed. But I mean, I guess it's not that suspenseful, but I don't like.
What? Well, that's what I mean. I watch my true crime every night
but
before
you're not
bed.
me.
Every night before bed, I'm like, oh,
That's why Larry thinks you're going to kill him in his sleep.
I know.
Apparently, you're giving him nightmares.
I love it though. I don't know why. I always love it. But anyways, okay. Well, that was a good week for all of us.
Yes,
It was a good week.
All right.
Week.
Well,
I got
awesome.
my hair done too.
She got her hair done. Yeah.
Her hair looks
good.
great.
It does. Certainly does.
Awesome. All
And
right.
then we'll give an update on the birthday after we have the birthday. this
Oh,
weekend.
birthday tomorrow. Oh my gosh. I'm sitting here and I try to think, what could it be? What could it be? And I have nothing. Nothing is flushing in my head.
Yeah.
So
That's why it's called a surprise.
I know, but usually I try to find it out. But this time I said no.
Well,
I
if you
said,
want it to be a surprise, then don't try to find it out.
Right.
Oh, no, I did it. Even my daughter, though, had asked about because I said that I just found out that my husband wasn't going, and I'm like, wait, what? My husband's not going to my party or whatever? And then she's like, yes, he is. And then I said, what do you mean? And she said, I asked him last night at 9:00. He came into the room and he told me what was going on. And I asked him, was he going? And he said, yes. And then I said, maybe he was half asleep. And then, no, he said that. And I said, so then she picks up my phone and calls Jen and goes out of the room. And then I said, don't say a word to me. I said, if you say something, I don't want to know. I really want it to be a surprise.
Apparently, you don't need to tell anybody in the household a thing.
Oh, that was already my plan.
Okay.
That was already
Yeah.
All right, so let's, I guess,
Let's
do we
begin.
want to tell our embarrassing
Your
moment?
Kim story. Why don't you share yours?
Okay,
Yeah.
well, hold on. Are we going to do our embarrassing moments one each, or are we going to tell them all at one time?
I think that was one each.
Yeah.
Okay. We can do that.
All right. Okay. Kimberly's crazy story of the week. I was teeter-tottering between what one I was going to say. I think this one I'm going to tell the story. It's just, it's not that it's funny, but it is. So I'm going to tell you this story, and I do not remember any of this whatsoever. This story is told to me by other people.
No.
So about 3 years ago, I had to have, I think it was 4 surgeries in one. I had a compressed celiac artery. I had my appendix taken out. I had don't even get me saying what the name of this other surgery was. It's just where they tie my stomach to my esophagus, and then I had hernia. So this is like a 3-hour long process. So I was in the hospital for a while, and so Lori came to see me. I don't remember this.
No.
Jen,
Yeah.
nope, don't remember this. But I was high on a lot of drugs, and because it was very painful. And I do remember I was on a liquid diet.
And she always smug girl in food.
I hate liquid diets. But anyways, so apparently, I had asked for my pain meds. And they told me that it wasn't time for my pain meds, but I was in a lot of pain. And so I kept asking and saying, I need it. And they wouldn't. So I set up in my bed, and all your stuff, IVs and everything that are in your arms. Then I yanked them all out, said I was leaving the hospital, and had on, what was it? Like a gown with boots and
I think so.
and some pajama pants or something. I mean, yeah, it was crazy. And I yanked it up, and there's like, well, you have to sign this, that you're going out. And so I just don't remember. I don't remember any of this. And so, but was yelling at the staff, and they were originally, I guess, supposedly trying to get me to stay, and then I didn't. And so then I guess Larry was just like, I don't know what to do. And so I just, grabbed all my stuff, he said, and then I just walked out of the room, walked out of the hospital, and then they were supposedly yelling at me, you can't, you have to sign this paper that you're releasing yourself. And so, anyways, so then all I know is that Larry said that I made him stop at a convenience store. I think I wanted some food or something. And then I went home and passed out on the bed. Jen was there. And so I was not myself, or I don't think for days after that. And so, so walking out of a hospital room, and but I wish I remembered all of that. But it's fun sometimes to live your life through other people's stories.
Yeah. Very true.
Yeah, so if you don't give me my pain meds, I am done with you.
I think if I remember that, I mean, you've been in a lot of them, but I think that wasn't it that you were what's the one that you take, and is it morphine you can't take because you get itchy all over? Okay.
They have to give me Benadryl with the morphine.
Right, and then they changed you to something else.
Probably hydrocodone.
Maybe, or Dilaudid, is that the other one?
I don't know if they did.
They changed it to something else. At least when I came to visit, that she during this time staying that she was there, and you said I think it wasn't working right, the pain medicine, and so then they were going to give you another one, but they wouldn't do it yet because it wasn't time yet,
Right.
and you were in pain. So that probably is why he said, "See my way out."
She told him, if there's no reason for me to be here, if
Yeah,
you're not going to give me
I'll
the
just take it at
medicine.
home. I'll take my pain medicine at home.
Did.
Well, I also hate when I'm in the hospital and you're in pain. I'm sure everyone knows.
Hours to come.
Well, not even just that. I hate when they start you off on the IV pain medication that starts like that, and then they transition you to the pills that take like forever. And I'm like, please just keep me on the IV. And they're like, no, we got to put you on the pills. And I'm just like, oh. But yeah, so that was one of my many hospital stays that I
They kind
walked
of blur
out.
together.
Yeah, they all blur together. I have to really sit down to think.
That was really the only one that you weren't a sweet patient.
Oh, yeah, because normally I am.
You are.
I'm
You
always
are.
sweet to
Yeah.
them.
Good.
I don't know, one of the last ones or two, I don't know, stays, it was with my stomach. And anyways, so I went to the they took me to go do an endoscopy. And so I guess they realized I had my wedding ring still on. So they had, so I had to take it off. And so I was drowsy. So I'm not sure where my wedding ring, but I remember putting it in a little bag. But then for the next few days, I do not realize my wedding ring's not on. And so then when I get home from the hospital, I'm like, and where's my ring? Where's my ring? And I'm like, oh my gosh. So my husband went to the hospital. I've called up there. We went over and no one called the endoscopy area. Everyone, no one said that they saw my wedding ring.
Because someone probably took it.
Yeah, so my wedding ring was stolen from the hospital.
So wrong.
Yeah, that was wrong. So I had to go pick out another one. Ugh, but yes, so love my hospital stories.
Yes.
All right, Miss Lori, let's hear one of your embarrassing moments.
Okay, so we have this famous restaurant here in Fort Worth, if you're not from Fort Worth, but if you are in Fort Worth, Joe T. Garcia's, and they have a really fancy garden, and everybody wants to sit outside because it's a very nice scenery. And so the line can sometimes be 100 people deep. Let's just say on average, it's 100 people deep most of the time, unless you go like off time frame. Right. And so we had gone, and it was a weekend, so it was very crowded. And I was with a large group of people, but we had gone in already and sat down. And I had left something in my car. So when you walk down the steps of it and to go into the parking lot, that's where the huge line of people are. So here I just truck on down the steps and by myself, and I hit the gravel, and I just right onto my butt.
With 100 people?
With 100 people in the line. And Lori was also wearing a dress.
Oh my gosh, I've done that. Yes.
Yeah.
So did anyone come rush over to help you?
No.
Oh my God, really?
I tried to just brush it. I got up very fast. I didn't care how hard I was. I mean, what was wrong? I didn't care if something was broken. I mean, thank God nothing was broken. Just my pride. I just got up and kept walking. I was hoping people were just drinking the margaritas while they were waiting in line to go sit and didn't pay attention to me.
Well, but most of the time when we are in the line, we get a picture of margaritas and we're drinking
so
in the line, because what else are you going to do while you're waiting with 100 other people?
Yeah. And I was telling my son that story. I was telling him because I was trying to remember other ones to tell. And he goes, well, you busted your butt that one day when you were going out to your car. And I'm like, yeah, that just hurt. And I really felt it was horrible, but no one saw me do it. So who the heck cares about that? But when you do it in front of that whole line of Joe T. Garcia's, I mean, that's a whole different story.
It's always the jump up and then look around to see if anybody saw it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reaction that we always have.
Well, I just keep when nobody. If I would have saw it, I'd be like, "Oh my God, are you okay?"
I didn't even think about that aspect. Thank you.
100%.
Well, yeah, I say it to people all the time.
My son goes. I'm sure plenty of people have done that. I'm sure plenty of people have done that. But
it was one of your embarrassing moments.
It was embarrassing because I was younger then. I was probably in my 20s. I want to say.
See, now we can laugh about it.
Yeah. I mean, now probably someone would come out and help me because there's broken. There's now I wouldn't be able to jump up and go. I can't even barely put pressure on my shoulders now to lift myself up off the ground. I probably would need assistance.
Help! I'm falling and I can't get up.
I'm glad that it was 20 years ago.
You think it happened when I was a little hot stuff, little.
Oh my gosh! All right, Jen.
Okay.
Jen, all right, my turn. One of my favorite ones, and at the time, didn't think it was funny. Other people did, and they were all a bunch of assholes.
Okay.
I had gone to a bar. My husband and I had been separated for about 6 months, so I was going out, and I had started talking to a guy. He was very handsome, and I was very excited that he was talking to me, and we were on our way out, and all my friends were leaving. So I was still talking, and I was walking backwards, and I didn't want to leave, but I knew they were waiting for me, and then I finally said, okay, I gotta go, really, bye. And I turned around to take off running and slammed into a pole, and you could hear it for blocks. Boom! everybody started laughing for blocks. And I'm like, I'm fine. Everything's fine. It was so funny.
What did you hit? What did you hit your
Yeah.
head on it? Oh gosh, you could have had a
I was
concussion.
off running. It just, it hurt so bad, and I was so humiliated. I don't even remember if he called or
I
not.
was gonna say, did you give him your number?
I don't. That was so long ago. I do not remember. I will never forget the dang pole though, and everybody laughing. And wherever we were at, I feel like we were on Berry Street, but the bar there was. You went this way, across the street, this way, and this way. So I'm talking. Everybody turned around to look.
Okay.
There was people, running to say if I was okay.
Did you
I
get
did.
bumped?
I had
Oh,
a
at least
big old
people saw
booth
you were
there.
okay.
Well, my friends were laughing.
That's not a very good, nice friend.
Oh, I would be laughing.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
yeah.
you totally would have
We
been
would so laugh as long as we know we're okay.
I feel like I've done that before too, and then now that you've said that story, because I told you I know I have many. I feel like I've hit my head on a pole too, but I
Oh.
don't remember that.
Oh, I've done many things,
Yeah.
but a lot I can't discuss on this podcast.
I hit my head on
Yeah.
stuff all the time, and it makes me mad. That one was just really embarrassing.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Your turn, Kimberly.
Okay. So I'll just start off with. Okay. So, Lori and I, we used to always go to PRs, and so we were at PRs, and at PRs they have this wooden platform that's built up, to kind of where like here you're standing and dancing, and then here's the dance floor right here, and so dancing and moving, dancing, and then I guess I just keep dancing and dancing, and then oops, Kim hit the side and went whoop, and it fell backwards and landed on the floor in front of
The whole dance floor.
the whole dance floor. So we're going to say even more than 100 people.
Yeah, it was packed.
Oh, yes. That was quite embarrassing. But you know what? I kept my beer in my hand and
She
it
did.
did not spill.
That's called a professional.
That is a professional.
Yep.
Were you hurt?
No,
Oh, my
her-
back was hurt.
Yeah. I don't remember. I do think people tried to pick you up though.
Oh, of course. Yes,
Unlike
they did.
me.
Oh, yeah. No, but there was a lot of people around me.
Yeah, there was because it was right around you had the DJ and the speakers and the box was right there, and so
Yes.
it was all like professional workers there.
Right
Oh.
there,
Yeah.
watching.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yes.
Because we used to stand on the speaker too, and I remember that song "You Spin Me Round,
Round, round,
round, round," and she would do that. Might have been the song
It
she
could
fell
have
on.
been. It could have
Because she
been.
would do this, she would spin up on that box.
Wait, do you
Wait, say
remember the pole in the center?
Yes,
Oh my God.
yes.
Uh,
Heard
yeah.
the pole dancing again.
Okay, well, these people get up there and wrap themselves around and stuff. Oh my God. Even if I was like 100 pounds, couldn't even get up. I'd fall right back down in front because then you would have these people because the whole dance floor is flat and they're lifting me up so I can act like I'm on the pole.
That's right,
I
because we're
love
so
that.
short. We're both only 5'2", so we're little tiny things. And she did say PRs, but it was in the stockyards in Fort Worth, in case you're wondering. So that was
Yes.
back in the days when we were, our hats and our boots, and we would do the. We and Kimberly did not know how to. I wouldn't even call it two-step. I'm talking the fancy two-step, where they twirl you around. We didn't even know how to do that. We went down there, we learned how to do that. We would dance all the time. We loved.
We
it.
went every weekend
Yes.
for almost 2 years.
There was lots of action going on.
Oh, yeah.
What she's saying, and so people would lift her up to get onto the pole. That's so funny. Always a good time
Always a good time.
until you have an embarrassing moment.
No, we just keep laughing.
Yeah, at least you saved your beer.
No alcohol abuse.
No alcohol abuse.
All right, Lori, give us another one.
Okay, so this one, unfortunately, this one just happened a few weeks ago. So I'm at lunch with my coworkers, and so before we left, I was like, I'm going to go to the restroom, and my other coworker, Tracy, she was like, okay, I'm going to go too, but I went first, and she's just a few minutes behind me. So I did walk up to the door. When I walked up to the restroom area, there was 2 doors, of course, the men and the women's, and it was a fogged glass, and the bottom was wood, but the top of it was like a glass, and you could see in there, and it looked dark. And then it had a really heavy duty, metal handle that you would pull. I mean, the whole door was the handle. It wasn't just a little handle. Well, I see a man go into the men's, and so I'm like, okay, I went and grabbed the door, and it didn't open. So I'm like, is it locked? Is only one person allowed in there? And that's what I was thinking at first. So I just kind of stood there. And then Tracy walks up about that point. And what are you doing? I'm like, well, it's locked. I think it's just a one-person bathroom, maybe. And then, because I saw a man go in that one, and then I looked around, and the hostess walked by, and I said, excuse me, is that only one person stall in there? And she goes, no. And I'm like, is it closed? She goes, no. And I said, well, it's locked. And the lights aren't on. And she was like, oh. And then she went and grabbed the door herself, and it freaking opened wide up. I'm like, I'm just an idiot. I literally looked at Tracy and I said, I'm just an idiot.
Was it just too heavy for you?
It was very heavy, I
Okay.
guess. And it was dim in there. So I wasn't making that part up. It
Oh my gosh.
was like nude lighting. It was razzoos.
Oh, okay.
I know, but you went. I'm like, seriously. I mean, I have been there before.
At
Into the
least you
restroom.
asked the hostess instead of just standing there for
Yeah,
even longer.
Yeah, there were like 5 people behind
Yeah.
you.
Go. All right, we just wait in line.
Yes, we are.
But it wasn't even crowded. There was not hardly anybody in there that day.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah, the embarrassing things we do.
Yes. At least I can just say I'm an idiot, though, now.
I say that all the time.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm the problem.
I guess as we get older, that point is where we don't give a flip. You just say, oh, I'm just an idiot.
Just laugh it off.
Yeah.
Many times.
Yeah, so that's
Yes.
the latest one I got.
Okay.
Tell us another one, Jen.
So I had left a wedding that was in Azle, and my lips were so dry, just dry. So when they're that dry, I will put my chapstick on and I will go around, not just on my lips, and I will load it up. So I'm driving, and halfway from where the wedding was to my house is Azle. So I had to stop and use the restroom. And I go in, and everybody's staring at me. And I know y'all say all the time that it's just in my head. It was not just in my head. So I get into the ladies' room, and I look in the mirror, and I straight up scream because it's burgundy all around. It was not chapstick. It was so bad. I don't know how do you go back outside and go, sorry, everybody? I was wiping it off and just freaking out, so embarrassed. I mean, I'm glad it was in the middle of the night on the way home, but everybody was staring at me. Now I know why. It was
They're
bad.
probably like, maybe that girl should be driving. Something's wrong with her.
I think I looked like I was working the street.
That's what I'm going to say, but,
It was so bad. I mean, it was the darkest color I have, which normally when I wear that, I'll just do it 3 drops, and
Yeah.
oh no.
Wow.
That's awesome.
You look awesome. You should have taken a
I
picture.
should have. I was so devastated when I looked in that mirror and screamed, immediately just washing my face.
They probably
but I
all
should have taken a
were
picture.
looking you toward the bathroom because you're screaming in there.
They looked at me on the way in, and then probably again.
You know what
That
else I was
was
thinking
awful.
about when you were telling the story? I was thinking about, and I'm sure we've all had these because I know I have. Is like when you have you were going to say like you had something stuck on your foot, like the toilet paper, and
Yes.
you walk out of the restroom and you have toilet paper stuck
I've
to
had
your
that.
butt or stuck to your pants.
Oh,
or
just recently. Was it? Oh, I can't remember. But
It was
Terry,
here.
it was
Yeah.
here. At least it was here. Terry said I had
I was
my skirt was tucked in
Tucked
my
in your
panties.
panties.
That's right. Walking around with my
I
butt.
said,
yes. I don't know. It was at a. I don't know if it was at a restaurant. I'd have to. But this has been recent. I mean, like in the last 6 months. I don't know if it was at a restaurant or like Hideout or whatever, and that I came out of the bathroom and the toilet paper was all the way running out. Sorry, I just had another thought. Sorry.
Here? No.
Have you ever done a podcast with no shorts on?
no, I haven't either.
I mean,
Mm-mm. Yeah.
I'm sorry, my eyes are watering.
Mine are too.
That was a great story.
That was a
Yeah.
great story.
I'm thinking all.
It's your turn. Oh my God. I don't know.
Bad stories like that.
Okay, we'll go with, okay, so I was at Hurricane Harbor and doing the water slides and everything, and there was, and I have a two-piece on like everybody else, and so I ended up, so I went down this one particular slide that ended up pushing my top all the way up to here. So you land in like a
pool, like
pool,
that, yeah.
but it was like it was just a lower pool, And so then I landed and I stood up, and then of course everybody was looking. I'm like, gosh, yes, they were just hanging out for everyone to see. And so you're like, oh my gosh, that was so embarrassing. So now I still would wear a two-piece, but now what I do is when I hit the bottom, I make sure I have this here before I stand up.
Yes, very smart plan.
You got tears rolling down your eyes.
Because I'm still laughing. I did need that Kleenex, sorry. I know.
Okay.
Because of our hilariousness.
Or you got another
We
one?
are hilarious.
No, I was going to say I have had that happen to me too, that same thing, but I was probably a teenager, I think, at that point when that happened.
So you were not boobless?
No, I had boobs. I mean, I was old enough to have boobs, but I'm saying like I wasn't like, I was like probably a teenager. Probably like 18, 19.
Mine was always the bathing suit on the bottoms right up.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Pull them down while you're walking.
But I started doing like you just said. I would
Hold
make sure and hold over it.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
So, okay.
No, I can't think of any more, but I keep thinking of those whenever you're telling them. Like,
So
I've
you
had that
might think
happen.
of
I've
something.
had that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
All right, Jen, give us
So, one time I went to QT and I had been so tired. My grandpa was in the hospital all week. It was an exhausting week. So I went to QT to get a monster, a much needed monster. And I stood in front of the door and I'm looking up going, why is it not seeing me? And I'm just standing there. And I'm telling you, probably 10 minutes passed. And the guy comes running and he goes, I've got the door for you, honey. And he opens it. And I'm like, oh.
She was like a princess. Not going unless someone opened the door for her.
I can't open my own door. Thank you, kind sir. No, I'm an idiot that thought it was going to open for me. And it did. It magically opened for me when you opened.
You thought it was the automated door. Yeah. Well, in your defense, most of the QTs are like that. A lot of them are like that.
But how long does it take you to realize it's not?
Well, a good point. Kind of like me standing there waiting for the bathroom to be unlocked for unoccupied.
Oh my gosh, I have so
I
many
do
bathroom
have-
stories
I
that
guess
I would
there's a lot.
love
That's why
to
she
tell.
keeps bringing those up, and I'm like, yeah, I know, me too. So there's some stories that are just off the limits because
Yeah.
we're not sharing those.
No, but I have one that just happened on Tuesday.
You did?
Yeah, when Jen and I went to the mall.
Remember.
Lady in the stall next to me.
I remember now.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one was very embarrassing, even though it was just I'm married to him now.
Oh, okay.
So Larry and I were friends for a long time before we hooked up, made out and all of this stuff. And so this was, during the time I had cancer and I was wearing wigs. And so we were going to make out. And so I guess his hand, and he knew it was a wig, but his hand had got caught in it, and he went to go like my mom shut me hand. It was like there, and I'm devastated. He's holding my wig in his hand.
He's probably mortified.
No,
I know you were so embarrassed. I remember you didn't you just grab it and run out?
Yes, I grabbed it and ran out.
I'm like, what do you do in that moment? I mean, both of y'all felt very awkward. I can
Because
imagine.
see, now we can laugh about it.
But in that moment,
At that moment, no.
it's not funny in the moment.
I mean, I probably did kind of giggle when you told me.
I did too, because I was like, oh my God, can you
Oh my
imagine
God.
how he was feeling? I know you were, I mean, obviously you were going through it.
I
So
was
you had tons
mortified.
of emotions,
But
but
I didn't know how to call him.
But
the
imagine how
next
he
day
was
or
feeling. He knew you had a wig, so I think that's what you were thinking at that time, because you were like, I mean, does he know I have a wig? I think he knows I have cancer. I'm like, I'm sure
Oh,
he
no,
knows.
he knew. It was just a moment.
Well, what do you do in that moment other than run out?
Yeah.
I was mortified.
Give
so
me my hair.
I ran out that door.
He likes to bring it up every once in a while.
Oh.
Well, yeah, now because you can look back.
Yeah, and laugh.
See, and he did stick around and kept coming back even after that.
He has stuck around through everything.
Oh my
Great
God.
guy.
Great guy.
Okay, I have one more.
Okay.
Mine is just poking fun of myself, because I make up words a lot or say them wrong. I call them, like I said, my coworkers a long time ago used to call them Loriisms. And so even on this podcast, during one of my episodes, I said the wrong word. Not one time, but like 4 times in a row. Just about. Oh, it was 5? Okay, it was 5. And then we get off the podcast, and my friends, co-hosts over here, say, you said the wrong word. And I'm like, I did? Yes, you said it like this. And then I said, well, I've been saying it wrong like that for the last 17 years.
Do you want to say it now?
No.
Okay.
I'm like, I have PSTD from it.
I actually can't even remember the word. Do you? No.
Cognitive.
You said it right.
I said it right.
Okay, but how did you say it? Do you remember?
Cognitive.
Cognitive.
See, I've worked
For
really hard.
cognitive.
I've been
Cognitive
practicing.
behavioral therapy.
Yes, it was a
That's
mouthful.
right.
It was a mouthful, and I was so proud of you for saying it 5 times.
She
Wrong.
kept saying cognitive. And I'm like, what is
And
that
then
what is that word?
we get
in
off.
my head? Cognitive.
And we get off the podcast, and they're like, you said the wrong word. I'm like,
What I really said first was, what's cognitive?
you did. And I said, cognitive is blah, 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 blah. And Jen's like, do you mean? See, now I'm going to be thrown up
Say
again.
cognitive.
When you say the wrong word for 17
Yes.
years to then try to relearn it,
Yeah, no.
very difficult.
It is. I understand.
I
I say
did.
words wrong, and I will, when I say it wrong, realize it. But then I like it so much the way that I say it that I will continue to say it that way. Like motification. I know that's not how you say motivated.
Motification.
Motivation. I said I just don't have the motivation to get up and do it right now. And he was like, the what? I'm like, oh, the motivation. He's like, yeah, and I'm like, oh. And centaur. The huh? The what?
A sensitar.
Centaur.
So you do make up
Centaur.
words.
Oh, I add
I do
extra
too.
syllables.
Wait, what
vowels.
are you-
Centaur?
I don't even know what you're saying.
Centaur.
What's
It's
a
like
centaur?
gosh, now y'all gotta ask me that. It's in the labyrinth, and it's the dude that. We'll Google it later.
Okay.
Minotaur. Centaur. The half man, half horse,
Oh.
maybe? Centaur.
Oh, okay.
Centaur. But I called it centaur. And he's like, he was floating by when I said it on the pool float, and then he like floats back by and goes, you want to say that again? I heard it when I said it, so now I say it that way every time, and I know I'm doing it wrong. You didn't know you were doing wrong until
Yeah, I just look like an
after.
idiot on a podcast in front of 1 million followers.
Okay, but listen, Jen says hair, there,
Little.
little, like LETT.
Still, that's just the way you're pronouncing a word, though. I am like in totally saying a completely different wrong word.
Well, like my hilariously embarrassing moments.
Yeah, you made that up.
She
I
made
did
up
make
that
that
word.
You
up.
merged some things together.
Hilariously
That's why you can call 'em
embarrassing moments.
Generisms. Like I said,
Generisms.
Loriisms.
I love that.
Okay, well, I guess I need to come up with some kinisms.
Yes. See, our laughing doesn't stop when we stop filming.
Oh, yeah, no. We watch back and then we laugh even harder and harder. And so, but yes, we know that not everyone finds all of our stuff funny.
No.
But but we do this and we make ourselves laugh.
We do.
It makes us feel good. So,
Yeah, we've talked about how this is therapeutic, and laughter is one of the best medicines. So
laughter is the best
we have
medicine.
fun.
Yes.
I just have one more short one. It wasn't that it was embarrassing, but it was on my wedding. It was right before Larry and I went to go do our first dance. I had went over and I was with Jen, and her son comes over behind me to give me a hug and everything, and he stepped on the train of my dress, and then I was walking forward, so it busted the zipper, and so we were supposed to go right out for our dance, and so it's on video. You can even see it. So we're out on the dance floor in front of everyone, and my zipper is like halfway down, and it's falling. And so he's having to try to dance with me. There's a heavy dress, and he's having to hold my dress together and then have his arm dancing with me. Yeah. So right after that, I ended up having pretty much go change into.
We did
the
something.
Bobby pin.
And then that didn't work.
Right, that's true.
That's right.
And
That's
then
right.
eventually I went and put on yoga pants
Yes.
and a t-shirt.
And the second she did, I was like, well, I'm doing it too. And
I did too. I did too. Oh, y'all are doing it. I'm doing it. Those things aren't
my
very
gosh.
comfortable anyway.
No.
I remember at my wedding, as soon as Joey and I got in that limo, we got to, man, that was the first thing to just come on. I was like, pfft,
It was very heavy. I mean, you look
So
beautiful,
heavy.
but
Right.
wow.
so heavy.
All right, guys.
All right.
Well, I really enjoyed this podcast. Does
did too.
anyone have anything else?
No, I don't know.
No.
Well, thank you for joining us. As always, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And we'd love for you to like us. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to us. Leave us any comments.
Yes, let us hear your embarrassing moments. Come on.
Yes. Yes.
Oh
We
my
share
God.
ours. Share yours with us too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And just remember, every day is a new beginning.
Every day's a new beginning.
Every day is a new beginning.
Bye.
Bye.